already we learnt about the period and periodicity of the function and about periodic functions with examples. In 44, I just gave a matching in relating the periodicities of different functions. Okay, and now A and B. Okay, different observations about the period and periodicity. Period or periodicity both are same actually. If a function is periodic, we call it as periodic function. That in a sense it shows same behavior after certain interval, and the length of that interval is mentioned as the periodicity. Already we discussed it in the last class. Okay. Now after analyzing these 2 points A, B, now I have some questions in C. I need to find the period or periodicity of those functions. So first of all, what is A? When you look there, this is A. For suppose if I have a function f of x whose periodicity is t. If the period or periodicity of the function is t, then what to say about the period and periodicity of these functions or periods of these functions? A into f of x. Since f of x is periodic with periodicity t, a into f of x, this constant won't affect the nature of f of x, okay? So its periodicity is again t. F of x plus b is again t. Whereas f of x power n, see for f of x power n, the periodicity is either t or less than t. Some cases it is t, and in some cases the periodicity is less than t, okay? So you need to memorize this period of f of x as t. Based on the period of f of x as t, I am just mentioning the periods of all these things. F of ax. If f of x is periodic with periodicity t, then f of a times x, xn multiplied with a, its period is t by modulus of a. F of ax plus b. Here again the coefficient of x is here, right? So for this f of ax plus b again, the periodicity is t by mod a. So if you multiply x with some coefficient, then the periodicity is thus fundamental period of f of x divided by mod a. All these things you need to identify. Okay. Using all these, now I am going to find the periods of these functions. Okay. This is the first point. If f of x is periodic with periodicity t, then f of ax and f of ax plus b are periodic with periodicity t by mod a. And for these two the periods are same t, and for this the periodicity is less than or equals to t. So now I have two functions f1 of x and f2 of x. So every function has a periodicity. Both are periodic functions. The periodicity of the first function is t1 and for the second function is t2. Then in that case, what you say about the periodicity of the functions which are the combination of these two f1 and f2. So a f1 of x plus or minus b f2 of x. First function multiply with any constant. Second function multiply with any constant. And these two a f1 of x and b f2 of x, just connect them with either plus or minus sign. Like that, okay? f1 of x divided by f2 of x. Again the combination of f1 and f2. f1 of x into f2 of x. For all these types, okay, the periodicity is less than or equals to LCM of these fundamental periods t1 and t2. See, in some cases directly the period is equals to LCM of t1 and t2, and in some cases which is less than LCM. Okay. So whenever the periodicity is less than LCM and whenever the period is equals to LCM, we need to check according to the function. Okay. So if we have a function, to find the periodicity, you need to go through the options. Okay. The periodicity of the function for sure is less than or equals to the LCM of these fundamental periods t1 and t2. Okay. So in generally, the periodicity of all these combinations is equals to LCM, and sometimes it is less than. This less than LCM will happen if the functions f1 and f2 are, if the functions f2 have some relation. If there is a relation between f1 and f2 directly, then in those cases the periodicity is less than LCM. In all the remaining cases the periodicity is equals to LCM. Okay. Once again, if I know a function whose periodicity is t, then to say the periodicity of all these functions, okay, I use that t and I will say like that. If I have two functions whose periodicities are t1 and t2, using this I need to give the periodicity for these type of combinations of F1 and F2, and their periodicities are again either less than or equals to LCM. Okay. See, this is A and B of this 45th point. And now to discuss C, here I have some functions. Okay, we need to find out the periodicities of these functions. As we discussed in the previous classes, for the trigonometric functions sin theta, cos theta, cosec theta and secant theta, the periodicities are 2 pi, whereas tan theta and cot theta, the periodicities are pi. With that idea in our minds, the first thing is sin x plus cos x. What to say about the periodicity of this function sin x plus cos x? As we discussed, it is a combination of two functions. We know the periodicity of sin x is 2 pi and we know the periodicity of cos x is 2 pi. Then the periodicity is just LCM of the periodicities of the two functions, and that LCM is again 2 pi, and the periodicity of this function is 2 pi, which is equals to the LCM of these periods of the functions. Okay, and for suppose if I have another thing, sin square x plus cos square x, what to say about the periodicity? As we discussed in the previous case, the periodicity of sin square x is pi, as we discussed in the previous classes. See, for sin square, cos square, tan square, cosecant square, cot square, all these things, the periodicity is pi if square is there. So for sin square x, the periodicity is pi. For cos square x, the periodicity is pi. LCM of pi comma pi is equals to pi. So you may think that the period of this function is pi, but it is not correct actually. Why? Because already there is a relation between sin square x and cos square x. We know it as 1, right? So thinking about sin square x plus cos square x is simply nothing but thinking about 1, which is a constant function. Okay, since it is a constant function, constant functions are periodic, but periodicity not exist. So it's a constant function, period not exist. Okay, period not exist, but it is periodic. Okay, you need to maintain that clarity, right? Just have a look. So as per the discussion, as per the theory of LCM, LCM of pi and pi is pi. So you may think that pi is the periodicity of this function, but periodicity not exist for this function. I have another function here, sin 3x plus tan 2x. What to say about the sin 3x plus tan 2x? See, this is 3x and this is 2x. We don't have any direct relation. So the periodicity of this function is LCM of the period of the first function as well as the period of the second function. If it is sin x, periodicity is 2 pi, we know it, but it is sin 3x, x when multiplied with 3. As we discussed, its periodicity is 2 pi by 3. And for tan 2x, what is the periodicity of tan x? As we discussed, the periodicity of tan x is pi, and for 2x, since x coefficient is 2, the periodicity is pi by 2. At the end, the periodicity of this function is simply nothing but LCM of 2 pi by 3 comma pi by 2. See, pi is a common thing in both the terms. You just write it out. This is equals to pi times the LCM of 2 by 3 comma 1 by 2. That is equals to pi times the, what to say about the LCM of the fractions? LCM of the fractions is simply nothing but LCM of the numerators divided by the HCF of denominators. Here the numerators are 2 and 1. Okay, so numerator is 2, whereas the denominators are 3 and 2. For the denominators 3 and 2, the HCF is again 1. So this is 1. 2 by 1 into pi is again 2 pi. So for the function sin 3x plus tan 2x, okay, the periodicity is 2 pi. Why? Because the LCM is 2 pi. Okay, so these are different examples to discuss. And I have one more problem, cos of minus 7x plus tan of root 3x. I need to find out the periodicity of that function. What it is? Cos of minus sin x plus tan of root 3x. So as we discussed in these cases, its periodicity is simply nothing but LCM of period of the first function. See, for cos x the period is 2 pi. For cos of ax the period is 2 pi by mod a. So for this cos of minus 7x, the period is 2 pi by mod 7. As well as for tan of root 3x, the period is pi by root 3. So this is simply nothing but 2 pi by 7 comma pi by root 3. That's the LCM. See what to say about the LCM of the 2 pi by 7 and pi by root 3. Pi is a common thing, just write it out, no problem. But if you observe the remaining numerical values, this is 2 by 7 and this is 1 by root 3. We don't have any any way to find the LCM of rational numbers along with the irrationals, okay? And that's why here it is not possible to identify any value, okay? That in the sense LCM of this function not exist, and so period also not exist. So just have a look. This is something about the period, periodicity and periodic functions. I will give you some simple problems now. Have a look. So we need to find the periods of the function. The first one, nx plus n minus step of nx plus n plus tan of pi x by 2. See nx, see as they mentioned this step, this is step nx plus n minus step of nx plus n. We know x is equals to, for any number, or you may say for any number a is equals to step a plus fractional part of a, and a minus step a is equals to fractional part of a. With that idea, we will rewrite it like this: nx plus n minus step of nx plus n is simply nothing but fractional part of nx plus n plus tan of pi x by 2. So sum of two functions. Sum of two functions, its period is LCM of periods of these two functions are less than that LCM. First of all, what is the period of this function? Since it is a fractional part, its period is 1. Already we learned it, okay? For the fractional parts, the period or periodicity is 1. Whereas for this function, tan of pi x by 2. See, x coefficient is pi by 2. Actually, period is what? 2 pi by mod a. And here it is 2 pi by, see, for tan it is only pi, right? For tan it is pi by mod a. So pi by 2. On simplification it is 2. Here the period is 1, here the period is 2. At the end, totally the period of this function is LCM of 1 comma 2, and which is 2. So the period of the first problem A is 2. So we need to find the period of f if f of x plus k plus f of x is equals to 0 is given. To find the period, what we need to identify? We need to identify that f of x plus t is equals to f of x. If f of x plus t is equals to f of x, then we say this t is the period of f. But what we have here, f of x plus k plus f of x is equals to 0 is given. From there, f of x plus k is equals to minus f of x. F of x plus k is equals to minus f of x. Just observe it. F of x plus k is equals to minus f of x. Okay. F of x plus k plus f of x is equals to 0. Now what I do is, f of x plus 2k, f of x plus 2k. I will start with f of x plus 2k. F of x plus 2k is simply nothing but f of x plus k. And now see, if you treat this x plus k as some quantity plus k, look there the given function f of x plus some k plus f of x is equals to 0. Like that, f of some x plus k it is there. When you compare it with the given one, this is equals to minus f of x plus k. Okay, and this is equals to minus f of x plus k is simply minus f of x. Minus of minus f of x is equals to f of x. At the end, f of x plus 2k is equals to f of x. If f of x plus t is equals to f of x, t is the period, but here f of x plus 2k is equals to f of x. So what to say about the period of this function? The period of this function is 2k. Okay, have a look. For the first one the period is 1 and for the second one the period is 2k. So this is something about the periodic functions and their periodicity. Have a look.